In this video, we're going to talk about Thanksgiving traditions, give you an update on our channel, and give you an update on Marianne. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yes.
We decided to stop the process of videos coming out, which I think we've got maybe 3 or 4 more that's scheduled to come out. So we pushed them so we could have this come out on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So this is coming out Thanksgiving Day.
All right.
All right?
Yep.
So we did this a while ago on our Haunted Travels where we did a live stream for Thanksgiving. And we talked about Thanksgiving traditions. Was it a live stream?
I don't even remember that.
Oh, it was long time ago. Long, maybe 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
Maybe. We were at the table.
Okay.
Maybe it wasn't a live stream. I don't remember. But I thought maybe we'll do a special Thanksgiving video, and fingers were crossed that by the time this video comes out, we hit 100 subscribers. And guess what happened last night? Woohoo! 100 subscribers.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. So, 100 subscribers. I mean, it's typical of every channel. I think we have like 80-some people who watch the channel that aren't subscribed. Help us out. Just hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything. Just go bleep, subscribe. And if you hit that bell, you get notifications next time we put out a video. That's how that works. Did you know how that works?
Yeah, I don't really do much of the viewing.
Yeah.
I view what you show me on the TV.
Well, on YouTube, if they hit subscribe, then, you know, you can go and look for them. So, like, there's channels that we follow on YouTube, okay? But if you hit the notification bell when we post a new video, or they post a new video, we get notification that they did. So that's how that works. Why there's a 2-stage process is
I don't know.
beyond me.
Just to make life complicated.
So, Thanksgiving traditions. There's ones that you and I have adopted. There's ones that we could talk about from your family, what your family's always done, and we could talk about ones that what my family's always done. And we kind of merged together. And I know one big one, what I love to do on Thanksgiving weekend is to put up the Christmas tree.
That's right.
Because normally between Thanksgiving and Christmas, we are
booked,
extremely busy.
Yeah.
I mean, with work and getting ready for the holiday, and normally we have probably 2 or 3 events going on or something, and it's like before you know it, Thanksgiving hits, boom, Christmas is
Day.
over. You know?
Yeah.
So I like to get the tree up and get that out of the way. However, we did that this year before Thanksgiving. We did it yesterday.
We did it yesterday.
So we got our tree up.
Yeah.
Our same tree that's been in the same spot every year.
That's right.
Since we bought the house.
To 2004.
2004, so it's year 19. Year 19, same tree. Got some more decorations, but...
yeah. We're looking this way because the tree's literally sitting right there.
Sorry. Maybe I'll throw some footage in there and show you our Christmas tree. I think one year, too, on Panic D, we did like a time-lapse of you decorating it.
Really?
Oh.
I don't remember any of those things.
That's okay. You don't watch our videos.
True.
So that's one tradition you and I have. When we first got married, we had Thanksgiving dinner here. That didn't last very long as other siblings and stuff got married. We just pretty much travel now for Thanksgiving. Although this year's going to be a little bit
Thanksgiving
different,
with your family was here. And Christmas dinner with your family was here. My family was still at my mom and dad's.
Yeah. Because I remember when we first got together, we would set up tables
in the basement.
And people would come over and we'd have the Thanksgiving dinner. But you're right, we would go over to your mom's and your family would get together over there. This year, like I said, is going to be a little bit different, but we'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah.
Other than that, and just your typical... Oh, I don't know. A lot of guys watching this video, according to our stats. But this is a tradition my mom started with me when I was little. Every year we watched a parade. So, like, even to this day, I call her, hey, you got the parade on, you know, that kind of thing. So we watch Macy's parade. And I think that kind of what started you and I kind of getting into the elf thing, too, a little bit, was the Macy's parade.
You think?
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, yeah, we'll talk about that later out at the Cove or something when we're over there. But we have a book out. I actually have probably 2 more books already written. They need edited and we're going to publish. But we have this whole world we created with the North Pole elves.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But we're talking about today Thanksgiving traditions.
Right.
So when I was a kid, we would watch the Macy's parade every year too.
Mm-hmm.
But prior to Thanksgiving, like the upstairs, we would decorate all with turkeys and Thanksgiving things, and we would decorate the basement with the Christmas stuff. And then after Thanksgiving dinner on Thanksgiving Day, we would take down the turkeys and start putting up our Christmas things.
Do the switch.
We would do the switch
on the holiday.
On the holiday. Thanksgiving, after dinner, because we would have dinner around 1 or 2, and then by the time people left, it was like, you know, probably 5 or 6, and we'd have some like leftovers, and then we would just start, you know, pulling down the turkeys and putting up the holiday Christmas stuff.
I don't remember you and I don't even think we have any like Thanksgiving Day decorations.
I have some
Mostly.
pumpkins in the basement that we haven't put up in several years, but that was kind of our Thanksgiving decorations.
Yeah, we normally just do the Christmas decorations now. It's just easier. Skip it and just put up the Christmas stuff for Thanksgiving.
Well, see, what I feel is that Thanksgiving and Halloween should, like, flip-flop. I know they can't. There's things that are in place for that they can't do that. But it always bugged me that, like, for Halloween, you carve pumpkins. And then for Thanksgiving, you have pumpkins, but they're not carved. Like, you should have Thanksgiving.
You eat them.
With them, not carved. And then you carve them for Halloween and eat the insides. You know what I mean? It's like it's back. Like, the 2 holidays for the pumpkin itself is backwards.
Well,
that's what goes on in my head, sorry.
That's in your head, but
it is.
You know historically why it's that way.
I do, but I'm just saying that...
Again, I digress. That's not really for this channel.
Again, I'm just saying, I've always thought, like, it would be much cooler if you could use the same pumpkin for both holidays, you know?
So what's some of the traditions that you and your family do for Thanksgiving? Leave it down in the comments. We would love to read. We love reading the comments. Marianne doesn't really jump on and do the comments, but like a lot of times if you mention something with her or if there's something kind of interesting, whatever, I'll yell out and say, hey, so-and-so said whatever, but I share the comments with her.
Yeah.
But let us know some of your traditions. There's another one that you do. You're actually going to try to do it this year.
My pumpkin pies?
Pumpkin pies.
Yeah.
Marianne makes awesome pumpkin pies.
Every year on the day before Thanksgiving, I make pumpkin pies.
Explain to them your counts too, but go ahead.
So I make the pumpkin pies for our family. Like, I grew up, my mom would make them on the day before Thanksgiving. And then like when I got old enough, I started doing them. And then eventually I just would make them and she would be like my cleanup crew. And
so now that's me.
Now that's you.
I'm the cleanup crew.
But the day before Thanksgiving, like in my school district, we always got the day off the day before Thanksgiving. And I was like so excited because that was my pumpkin pie making day. So I've always done it. I always make 9 pies.
9 pumpkin pies.
Yeah. So I make one.
Let's go through the counts.
Okay. So we have one for my brother's house, one for my sister's house, one for my dad's house, 2 for Thanksgiving dinner, 1 for our house, and 2 for me. And then there's...
2 for you.
Yeah, 2
so
for me.
So 3 for our house.
Well, 1's for us to share, and 2 are for me. And then there's that 9th one that I would send, like, to your family for when we would have Thanksgiving at your sister's then.
So 2.5 pies for Marianne. That's okay.
I like pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
But seriously, I will only eat my pumpkin pie. Like, I despise the taste, the texture, everything of pumpkin pies that like you would buy in a store or something that like everybody else loves, like Marie Callender and everybody else. Like any store-bought pie. I don't like it. I don't know why.
Just because you're used to eating 2.5 pies every year.
Anyways, I am going to try to make
we're gonna
pies
start
this week too.
We're gonna start a little bit earlier and try to break it up into a couple days for you.
Yeah, I might not do them all in one day this year.
Yeah. So again, leave your traditions that you do. Is there any other traditions that we do that we didn't cover? Decorate for Christmas. Well, we started decorating for Christmas. There's still more to do. Your pies, watch the parade. I don't know if I'm going to get to putting lights outside. Normally, what I do is while Marianne was making her pies, I would put the lights outside. I don't know if I'm going to do that this year or not.
I remember one year you said you were never going to do it again.
Well, there was a lull there for about 4 or 5 years. So one thing that I hate about outside Christmas lights is when you put them up and like a few days later, like something blows over or a section goes out or whatever, and you got to keep fixing it and tweaking it, and then eventually like it gets cold and I just kind of whatever. So one year while Marianne was making pies, I went to the store and I replaced all the Christmas lights and got LEDs. So I thought, okay, these will last longer, that kind of thing, and I spent the entire day up and down the ladder. I mean, we had the icicle lights and the bushes and everything was all... And she come home and she goes, "Oh, I don't really like those.
They're so ugly." So
I turned them off and I said, "Okay, I'm not doing it again." So it was about 4 or 5 years before I put lights up again.
So I like, on houses, I like the white light, and I like them to be the, what do they call it? The soft white light.
Yeah. Which is what
inside
our tree is basically a soft
one
white
of my trees, I wanted all white lights, soft white lights, but another tree, I want them all the pretty colors. So, like, they need to be different in different places. I don't like them, like, mixed. But anyways, he got these new LED bright white lights, and they looked like they were purple.
What is that purple?
It looked like my entire house was decked out in purple. And I'm like, that is not holidays. That is not Christmas. I don't like it. And he's like, fine. And so he said we would not have Christmas lights anymore. And we didn't have for a few years. But then you went and you changed it out.
Yeah, I kind of miss doing it. I mean, we have like spots now, spotlights that are different colors that I could change on the phone and, you know, all kinds of stuff. It's just, it got cold and I don't do well with cold. It's quite painful for me. But I don't know. We'll see. If it warms up, maybe I'll go out and do it. But yeah, we'll see. I got other things going on right now.
Yeah.
So
there's another tradition that sort of started now for my family. And this last Thanksgiving was that I've always, for like every like summer event, I always make the deviled eggs. Like, I'm the deviled egg lady. But
deviled egg and pumpkin
I
pies.
had never in my life heard of anyone eating deviled eggs for Thanksgiving. And so my sister got married, and her new husband was like...
You guys have met him. He's been on the channel. Mark.
He's like, "Where's the deviled eggs?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "You always make deviled eggs for the holidays things." And I'm like, "Not for Thanksgiving." He's like, "Really? Like, that's a Thanksgiving staple." I'm like, "I have never heard of that." And then Sean is like, "We used to have those when I was a kid."
We did.
Like, what? I had never in my life heard of that. So that's like a new thing. Is I also make the deviled eggs for Thanksgiving now too. So I'm pumpkin pies and deviled eggs.
Speaking of food, there's another one I brought back about 3 or 4 years ago. I started doing it. Yeah. Making my grandmother's. I don't know, what do you call it? Stuffing, dressing, whatever.
So it's called... It has different names.
So
if it's in the bird, it's called stuffing. Okay. If it's out of the bird, it's called dressing.
You stuff the bird. We used to call it dressing, but it's very simple. We very little seasoning
because it was always inside the bird for our family.
It has the the bread and onion and celery and a little bit of chicken broth and a little bit of seasoning, and then you bake it in the oven. And I started that about 3-4 years ago. Brought that back. So that, I guess that's another tradition that I brought back. So
yeah. So our Thanksgiving is changing up a little bit these
it's fun.
days, but
we have fun.
Yeah.
I mean, providing everyone stays healthy.
Yeah.
Past few has been a little bit of a challenge, but hey, we're getting through it. So, again, let us know some of the traditions that you and your family do for Thanksgiving. Another thing, we'll talk about the channel a little bit.
Okay.
We asked that question about the movie.
Yeah.
It was Idiocracy.
Okay.
I believe that Desmond got it correct.
Nice.
On that one. So here's another one. I don't know if you can see my shirt.
If you could see it at all.
Let me get up closer. It's McAllister
Home Security.
Home Security. McAllister Home Security. What movie is that from? Leave that down in the comments. Let's see who gets that one right. A lot of people should.
Yeah, they should get that one.
Yeah, so we hit the also hit the 100 subscribers.
You already said that.
Well, let me finish my thought.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I said a long time ago, if we hit 100 subscribers, we were going to do a giveaway. So, since we hit the 100 subscribers, we're not going to talk about it in this video, but we'll do another video. It will probably come out maybe in a couple weeks or so, talking about a giveaway that we're going to do.
Okay.
Okay? We're going to add to that a little bit, and we're going to do a little video about something that Marianne actually... That was a Christmas gift that you gave me early because you were so excited, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we're bad about giving each other Christmas gifts. We just can't. We buy them and then we can't wait. It's like, here we go. So, yeah. So that's coming. So stay tuned. Hey, hit that subscribe if you want to find out about the giveaway, our 100 subscriber giveaway, and see what we're going to do. All right, so let's talk about the elephant in the room. This past week was a bit of a challenge.
Yep, I would say so.
It was, at the time, it was extremely stressing and concerning and saddening, but now it's, we're going to just call it a road bump. We got over it, got through it, and the outcome is some positives. First of all, you had a lot of tests done.
Yeah, so let's just back up.
Explain
slightly.
what happened.
So, I went in for my chemo treatment, number 3.
3. So we're 3 in.
I went in for my chemo treatment 3, and my white blood cell count was too low. I couldn't receive the treatment, so I had to wait a week, and they did some insurance discussions to get me a white blood cell booster shot, and so I went back the following Thursday, which was last Thursday. Anyways, I went back and I had that new...
No, it was 2 Thursdays ago.
Oh, by the time they see this, it would be, yeah. Anyway, I went in for the official then 3rd treatment. They had approved the extra booster shot, whatever. So I got the 3rd treatment and I got the booster shot patch. It was one of those Neulasta patches. And it times it so it will actually be on your arm in 27 hours or something like that later. After your treatment, it'll automatically begin injecting you. So we did that.
Can I stop you just for a second? Okay. So the reason why one of the reasons why we're going over Marianne's situation, well, it's our situation, why we're going over that and we're sharing stuff with you is because for us, going through this and all the unknowns is the hardest part, So the Neulasta shot was a hard thing for Marianne, which made it hard for me because we didn't know they said it was an appliance that would have to be attached. That made Marianne upset, which makes me upset. So just so you know, if you have to have that Neulasta appliance, it's really not that bad. It's not like the port.
No,
okay.
No, I was like worried about getting another thing like installed in me, but it turns out it just goes on the surface.
It's just a tiny little needle that goes in your arm, and then they tape it on your arm,
and then
it releases
you
over
can
time.
take it off then 24 hours
Which
after.
we were able to take off ourselves.
Yeah, that makes
so
me
that's
happy.
the reason why I want to say that if you're watching this video and you're going through, or you got something you got to go through this, the Neulasta shot, getting it is not that bad.
Yeah.
However, keep going.
So I had the shot, then it released its injection stuff, and I was fine that day. And then the next day I started to get the reactions for that, which they say to take Claritin to minimize that. To be honest, I don't think it did much. But anyway, so you're supposed to feel bone aches in your joints.
Well, bone aches and joint ache.
Mainly in the joints, though.
Yeah, fatigue and pain.
Because it's your blood cells are made in the bone marrow in the ends of your long bones. So they basically were saying this is where you should have pain. I pretty much felt like the bone ache through my entire body, and even my muscles. I feel like it felt to me like, I don't know if everybody has the same reaction to the COVID-19 booster shots or not. But when I got the COVID-19 shots, every time I got them, like, my body would feel achy, like I got hit by a bus, like everything just ached, and like I would have to go take some Advil, and then I would feel fine after a few hours, but like it was just like it hit me. Well, this to me felt like I had gotten 3 of those COVID-19 shots all at once. It was like that on steroids, basically. Yeah. And like literally I just felt like my entire body needed a rub down, and it was just achy. But I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was supposed to happen. And of course, if it's supposed to happen, it's definitely going to happen to me. And I seem to do things to the extreme.
And leading up to that whole process, with everything going on with Marianne with the chemo and stuff, okay, so we were told by one doctor that she cannot take Tylenol anymore because it was messing with her liver.
My liver counts were off in my blood.
And then she could take ibuprofen, and then she goes back, which was helping with all the pain, and she felt great. Then she went back to the oncologist. She says, no way should a chemo patient be taking ibuprofen, so she was off of that. So we came up with an alternative. We're going to do another video about it because it does work, okay, to help. Marianne's she's been taking like over-the-counter Advil and Tylenol for the pain, but she does have the higher-end stuff for when it gets bad to tap into it if we have to, but now we have to deal with that and whatever because of everything that's going on. So when this hit with the Neulasta, I couldn't give her a Tylenol or an Advil or something, and so I had to set that up a little bit. We've been doing an alternative, and that didn't seem to help. Yeah. So go ahead, keep going. So
that lasted for about 2.5 days, and then it subsided. And I was thankful that it finally subsided. I was whew. And I was thinking, I hope that I don't have to take this every time. Hopefully my white blood counts are high enough that I don't have to have these every time. And I'm thinking, I'll at least have a couple of weeks. Yeah. And then I woke up on Wednesday morning.
It was almost a week after.
Yeah, it was
2 days
5
short
days
of a week. Yeah.
After I had the shot. I woke up that morning and I had this incredible lower back pain in my lumbar and sacrum area that was just it would shoot pain straight up in the center of my back. And I'm well, that's weird. So I got up and I drank a lot of water, and I took another one of those Claritin pills, thinking maybe that'll help, and had that drink that we've been drinking that like seemed to help stuff, and within
we tapped into the higher.
well, not yet. So
Oh, not
within
yet. Yeah, you called.
yeah,
it
like
first. Okay.
within like 2.5 hours, like there was like only 2 ways that I could like be standing and in this like one position, laying down with my arm propped up and things like that, that I didn't have like excruciating like pains, like my nerves were just firing straight up my back. And I could, it was just painful. And so I actually called the doctor. Sean was on a Zoom meeting call for work, and I went in the other room and I called the doctor's office, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. And so I left a message for it because it was probably around lunchtime. And so they called me back then, and they said that they didn't think it was from the Neulasta, that it had been too long since I had it, but that my only option was to go to the hospital.
Go to the ER.
Go to the ER.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is that even safe for me? Because my white blood cell count was so low that's why you were giving me this shot. Like, can I go out amongst all these sick people in the ER? And they're like, you don't have a choice. I'm like, great.
So we got all washed up, dressed up, masked up, everything, headed to the ER, and they took her right in above everyone
Yeah, it was
else.
like about like 10 minutes that I waited in the ER.
Heart rate was extremely elevated.
Yeah, it was like 146 or something like that.
It was. They started
It's supposed to
running
be like
all
70
kinds
for
of
my
tests.
age.
They put her on IVs immediately. They gave her 2
I had 2
rounds,
high-grade antibiotics, IVs.
and then 1 IV pain medicine.
Yeah.
She was in the ER for a very long time. We're talking close to, 24, 25 hours?
It was 24 and a half hours from when I got there.
Because they
to
didn't
when
have
they
any
gave me a room.
rooms, and it was like that everywhere because something's going on.
Yeah.
Like all 3 major hospitals in the area were like booked solid.
Yeah.
But it was okay. You were off to yourself, and we were able to come and be with you and stuff like that. And she had she had a CT scan. She had all kinds of stuff, and she was waiting. They were ruling things out, which was what the
Yeah, because they couldn't find any reason that I was having that back pain so intensely.
Yeah.
And everybody was thinking like it couldn't possibly be anything with this treatment now because it's been so long, but
yeah. So then you finally got a room, and actually the pain was dissipated. They gave you a patch on the back for the pain.
I had
and the
oral,
IV.
I had oral medications, I had IV medications, I had shot medications, I had patch medications. There's a whole like family of deer over there sitting in the neighbor's lawn right now.
Yeah. We were waiting for the MRI to kind of rule out a couple things. You had to have an MRI and an ultrasound to check to see if the gallbladder or the MRI to kind of rule out. But what I'm saying out of this whole ordeal, the good news is there was no tumors.
No
from
new
the
tumors
CT
that we're
scan.
seeing.
No, they don't think it's spread.
Yeah, because their concern at this point was that maybe because my cancer had been so far along in the stages and it had started to metastasize to certain things in my abdomen, that maybe it got into my bone and was in my spine.
Yeah. So it was a rough few days. Just
but
waiting.
Luckily, all the scans showed no tumors that were visible. So that's a plus. It looks like that's not the case for me.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, we'll keep that going. But I had to wait for some of these, for the MRI for a day and a half. And I don't know that we'll tell them why. Should we tell them why?
Well, I think I mentioned it. The hospitals are just so overbooked with, it was just waiting is what it was waiting.
Yeah, it wasn't anything medically with me.
I mean, you had really good care. I mean, they were taking care of you. Your sister was with you
Yeah.
the whole time and helping, and I mean, you had really good care.
Yeah,
But,
I did.
The positive side is all those tests, because this is really kind of like the first time you've had all those tests done just to see, hey, did they get it all? Did, is it helping?
Yeah, because they normally
whatever?
won't
Yeah.
do that till after like all the
and
treatments are over.
Your kidney was okay too from the where it was.
Yeah, so my part of my ureter was entangled in the tumor and everything, but the scans showed that my kidney was doing good, so that's a good thing too.
Yeah. So inside you're functioning good. Pain is
Dissipated.
dissipated.
Yeah. So I have really high liver count numbers for things in my blood that shouldn't be that high. They've been that high for a while. So they were also trying to rule out some other things because those liver counts just keep climbing. They don't seem to be dropping. But obviously your liver is set to detoxify. So being that my liver counts are high, it means it's not functioning well enough. It's functioning, but not like well enough. And so like the drugs that are going through my system are staying in my system longer because it's not detoxifying and getting rid of them. So it potentially actually was the Neulasta. We don't know 100%. Everybody keeps saying, well, yeah, it might be or it might not be. We don't know. I personally think it is. One of my doctors thinks that it is. The other one's not sure. But maybe it was still that Neulasta that was working through my body,
and it was back
and it was like yeah, and so that's maybe what it was. But
it was scary. I mean, the whole situation.
I have
was scary.
never
I got off
felt
that call.
a pain like that before.
Well,
and
I got
I've
off
had
that call,
whole...
and you were laying in there like in some contorted position, just in tears, bawling. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And yeah.
I have never felt anything like that, and I had my entire abdomen cut open, bunch of stuff ripped out, scraped through, everything sealed back up. Even the port pain, like I knew there was a reason for that, even though like I thought it was that it was not working right or whatever, and I was like worried about it, but like I knew there was a purpose, a reason that I was having that pain. Like this pain back here, I had no idea why it was happening, and it was so intense. I have never felt anything like that before in my life.
So if you are going to go through this, just be prepared to, accept that every time you go in to get chemo, there's going to be a new challenge. It's going to be. Yeah, we thought we had it under control.
I thought I figured it out.
The first one she had the allergic reaction. The second one was like, okay, all right, we got this. We can deal with it.
Constipation.
Yeah, but we figured that out,
and we're like, okay, we're ready to go for number 3.
Third one, the Neulasta shot. Here we go, another ball game.
Process.
So you have 3.5 more sessions.
Yeah.
And hopefully we got everything under control. Unless they say, "Oh, hey, we're going to do this."
Yeah, but, unless they say, "Oh, well, now I don't know about this Neulasta. Let's try something." No.
Yeah. So just be prepared for change and things being different. And this is how it is getting through this. Good news is you're back home.
Mm-hmm. Feeling much better.
And we're taking it day by day, week by week, month by month, and we're can't wait till next spring and be back out to Donley Cove and get back at it.
Yeah.
So
we never mentioned this part though.
Oh, so go ahead.
So they all like the oncologists, nursing, and everything. They kept and that with chemotherapy, like people's hair fall out, so like I knew that was like a possibility, high probability,
Mm-hmm.
And I lose a lot of hair normally anyways, even when I'm not on chemo. Sean makes fun of me literally all the time about leaving like a Chewbacca in the shower or something. Gerbil in the shower. So all along, like the beginning of the chemo, we're like, how are we even gonna know?
Yeah, how are we gonna know
when it actually starts to happen? Because like you lose so much hair as it is, and everybody kept saying, "Oh, you'll know." And the nursing people said it would be about 5 weeks, and and it'll happen. It'll like start to happen. If it hasn't happened, it'll be about 5 weeks. 5 weeks and 1 day later.
If you guys have been watching our videos, you know that sometimes, well, most of the time, Marianne puts her hair up because her hair was kind of long.
Yeah.
But she would put her hair up, especially when we were working out.
Yeah, I'd either have it in a ponytail or in a clip.
Ponytail
something.
or up like that. Yeah. So, right before this happened, you had a shower and you put your hair up.
Well,
it's kind of funny the way
5 weeks and 1 day, like I went like this and like a clump of my hair came out. I'm like, oh crap, it's starting.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my gosh, it's literally like they said, 5 weeks, here we go. So the next day, like I took a shower and I lost a lot of hair in the shower, and so I put my hair up in my clip, and we were gonna have my family over for Halloween, get just the family together, and
that's what it was.
I
was Halloween.
Decided my nieces and nephews were gonna be here, and they're little, and I didn't want like a shock of like my hair like just being like real not there for them
like it is now,
like this. So I just put my hair up in my clip and I went to sleep with it like that, and I woke up the next day for the party thing, and I'm like, I'm not gonna comb my hair today. I don't want to lose that much that it's that devastating to them or me, like, because I've never had short hair since I was a baby. And they left, and I went to take, after the party, I went to take the clip out to like cut and comb my hair, and it stayed. It didn't move, and it felt like really like a wig.
Yeah,
it was real. It was real.
It was matted.
It was matted, but it was also like the texture of it. It just was prickly, and it felt like a wig. It didn't feel like real hair. And so I worked at it, and I got it like down, but every time I would do anything, like large clumps would come out, and I got a whole plastic shopping bag full of my hair after that like experience, and it was like real. It was like somebody who had thin hair now. Like I've always had my hair's been like so thick. Like my whole life, it's like so thick that even with losing that much hair in that bag, my hair I still had. So besides like a big patch in the back, like I had a bald spot in the back, but besides that, like from the front, it just looked like my hair was a lot thinner, like somebody who had thin hair. So it was just a lot thinner, but it was long, and it just didn't look pretty. Yeah. I cut it short. I cut it to about here, and then a couple days later, my sister came over, and she's like, "It's time." Yeah. And so she
this
gave
isn't from loss. I mean, this is actually shaved down.
Yeah, better, I mean, there's parts of my head that I can feel. I know that there's no hair there at all because I can feel the scalp through it like so much more than in other places, but like all the hair that I have left is almost all white.
Yeah.
The like black hairs all fell out except for one spot. I don't know. Can they see it if I turn?
I don't know. Maybe.
Like there's one spot. They showed me a picture yesterday that it's so like a black.
You can see it. Yeah, one little spot that's black. Yeah.
And the rest of my head is just really white. So it's
white or
just
gray.
White or gray. Yeah, it's kind of weird. They keep saying it looks like it's growing, but I don't know. I don't think it is. But
we accept it by now. So
to me,
you pretty much do.
Like when we shaved it off or whatever, like laying on a pillow, it just felt like it was like I was going to my bed with my hair wet, which was like I wasn't expecting to feel that way. Like that's what it felt like when my head would touch the pillow. and like just regular going around like day to day, I don't really notice it unless I look in the mirror, because I would wear my hair back so often. It just feels like it's pulled back.
I'm just chuckling because of the day that we were getting ready to go to the hospital and you got out of the shower. She goes, I need to dry my hair. And I'm like, honey, really? You don't have any hair, dear.
But it gets these little balls of water on the tip of every single one of them, and it looks really freaky.
All right, I think we've gone on long enough. This is supposed to be the happy Thanksgiving thing. But we want to share with you what, you know, if you go through this as a couple, just kind of some of the things.
And we have a lot to be
happen.
Thankful for this year.
Absolutely.
So
You're
this
here.
is like...
You're here.
Yeah.
Yes. A lot to be thankful for. And we want to thank everybody for your support and the outpouring of love and prayers. And, it's been overwhelming. I mean, I shed tears daily. It's either for happiness or worry or whatever. But thank you, everybody. We're very thankful this year. But we've kept you long enough. It's time to get back to your family.
That's right.
And enjoy your Thanksgiving. And hey, if you like our series of Donley Cove and sharing some of our behind-the-scenes life, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. And we're on Instagram. Haven't posted too much lately, but we probably will. Some more stuff here shortly. And links down in the description to our Instagram account, or you can search for Donley Cove on Instagram, and also check out our hauntedtravels.com. Is there anything else you'd like to add to this video?
Just remember to be thankful for everything that you have, however much or little you have, and make each day count.
Every day. That's right. Till next time.
Thanks for watching.
And happy hunting.
Happy Thanksgiving.